Give green tea just 7 days. The changes that build up inside your body are bigger than 1 cup ever suggests. Drinking green tea every day for a full week does something quietly remarkable across nearly your whole body. Most people sip it once in a while, feel nothing dramatic, and go straight back to coffee without a second thought. But 7 days in a row tells a very different story, one that builds slowly, layer by layer, inside you. If you've ever tried green tea and wondered what all the fuss was about, you're far from alone. What follows is exactly what happens when you give it a full week. What shifts, what builds, what surprises you, and what to honestly watch out for. It begins almost immediately. Within about 30 minutes of that first cup, your body is already responding. Green tea carries a unique natural compound called EGCG, and it starts moving through your system from that very first sip. But the part most people completely miss doesn't show up until day 3 or 4, and that's where it gets genuinely interesting. Let's walk through the week, starting with what happens on day 1. That first morning cup reaches your stomach and begins working in a gentle, almost unnoticeable way. Many people describe a cleaner, steadier kind of energy compared to their usual coffee. No jolt, no crash. That's because green tea contains a calming amino acid called L-theanine right alongside its natural caffeine. The two work together to create what researchers often call a calm alertness, focused energy without that wired, jittery feeling. So by the end of day 1, you might simply feel a little more clear-headed than usual and a little less frantic. Nothing dramatic yet, just a quiet sense that something inside you is starting to shift in a good direction. Day 2 is where your digestion starts to get involved. Green tea has been traditionally used for centuries to support comfortable, easy digestion after meals. Many people find that a warm cup helps them feel lighter and less weighed down. But here's the thing. It's not really about the tea itself. It's about what those natural plant compounds gently trigger throughout your digestive system. Your gut does the real work. The tea simply lends it a quiet helping hand. If you've ever felt bloated or heavy after a normal lunch, this is where that morning cup can start to make a small but real difference. It doesn't happen overnight, but by day 2, the gentle support is already underway. Moving into day 3, something deeper begins to take hold. This is where many people notice their afternoon energy isn't dipping the way it usually does. That mid-afternoon slump, the one that sends you reaching for a cookie or another coffee, starts to soften. If that sounds like your afternoons, you're not imagining it. Green tea's steady, gentle energy tends to carry you through that stretch more smoothly than the quick spike and drop of your usual afternoon pick-me-up. But the next change is the one most people completely miss, and it has nothing to do with energy or digestion at all. It shows up in how clearly you can think. By day 3 or 4, the calm focus often deepens in a way that genuinely surprises people. They describe feeling more present, less scattered, more able to stay with one task without their mind constantly racing ahead to the next thing. That L-theanine we mentioned earlier builds up in your system over several days of regular drinking. It's one of the reasons the benefits of drinking green tea every day feel noticeably different from a single cup here and there. Think of it like watering a plant. One splash does very little, but a little every day for a week, and suddenly something is visibly different. Your body responds to green tea the same way. It needs consistency to show you what it can really do. So the focus sharpens and the energy steadies. But what about the rest of your body? That's where the second half of the week tells an even more interesting story, and it starts with something you might not expect. Around day 5, many people start noticing changes in how they feel between meals. Green tea is linked in general research to supporting healthy blood sugar balance, not in any dramatic or medical way, but in a gentle, supportive one that builds over time. You might find that your energy stays more even throughout the afternoon. That mid-morning or late afternoon hunger that used to feel urgent and demanding can begin to feel more manageable, more like a gentle nudge than an alarm bell. The easiest way to actually experience this is to enjoy a cup about 20 minutes before a meal, not with food, just before it. That gives those natural compounds a little time to do their quiet work before you start eating. Now, as you move into day 6 and 7, there's something worth being honest about. Green tea does contain natural caffeine, less than coffee, but enough to matter if you're someone who's sensitive to it. That afternoon cup might quietly start interfering with your sleep if you're not paying attention. You might find yourself lying awake a little longer or waking up earlier than you'd like. The simple fix is to enjoy your green tea earlier in the day, morning and early afternoon, and switch to something caffeine-free by evening. Your sleep is one of the most powerful foundations of your overall health, so protecting it matters far more than squeezing in one more cup. Listen to your body. If afternoon green tea keeps you up, just move it earlier. There's one more thing worth mentioning before we wrap up. Green tea on an empty stomach, for some people, can cause mild nausea. If you've ever felt slightly queasy after a cup with nothing in your stomach, this is exactly why. Those natural plant compounds can be a little brisk on an empty belly. The solution is wonderfully simple. Have it after a little food or alongside a light snack. Problem solved, and you still get every bit of the benefit your body is looking for. No need to push through discomfort when a small adjustment makes it so easy. By day 7, here's what the week has quietly built up inside your body. Steadier, calmer energy throughout the day, without the crash. Improved focus that feels natural rather than forced. Smoother digestion and a lighter feeling after meals. More even energy between meals with fewer urgent cravings. And a general sense of balance that one cup alone never quite delivers. Many people find that after 7 days, green tea stops feeling like an obligation and starts feeling like something they genuinely look forward to each morning, a small part of their day that feels good. But there's one more change that almost nobody talks about, and it might be the most meaningful one of all. It's about how you feel in yourself. Drinking something warm and green every day creates a small ritual, a quiet pause that belongs just to you. That daily moment of calm, repeated 7 times, can gently shift how your entire day feels from the inside out. It's not just the compounds in the tea. It's the habit of slowing down even for 5 minutes that your body and mind quietly begin to crave. In a world that never stops, that small pause becomes something your nervous system learns to lean on. So if you're thinking about trying it, start simple. 1 or 2 cups a day, ideally in the morning or early afternoon. Give it the full 7 days before you judge it, because the real changes build gradually, not overnight. Consistency is the secret ingredient here, not the tea itself. And don't worry about finding the fanciest brand. A simple everyday green tea from your local store is more than enough. What matters is the daily repetition, not the price tag on the box. A quick recap of what happens over those 7 days. Day 1 brings calm, clear energy without the crash. Around day 3, the afternoon slump starts to soften and focus deepens. By day 5, steadier energy between meals and smoother digestion become noticeable. And by day 7, you're left with a gentle daily ritual your body has quietly come to love and rely on. Which of these changes would you most want to feel first? If this helped, the video on what happens to your body when you drink warm lemon water every morning is the natural next step. It pairs beautifully with this one and builds on the same idea of small daily habits that quietly add up. And if you'd like more simple, natural wellness videos every week, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss one, because the best changes often start with the smallest ones. Sometimes the smallest change in your kitchen creates the biggest change in how you feel, and green tea just might be one of those quiet little wins worth pouring yourself, 1 cup at a time. Remember, this is for general information only and isn't medical advice. Always check with your doctor about your own health.